Hey YouTube, Mr. Black Mama 305 with you guys. Sorry I have not done a lot of videos lately, been super busy with work, but I'm going to try to crank out some within the next few days so you guys have some content. I know you guys seen a lot of gaming on my channel. That's also a part of my channel. I do like to play Call of Duty every now and then. But today's video, I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible and try to give you as much information as possible. So I know by now that you guys seen the topic, to brace or not to brace, according to the ATF. Now, recently the ATF came out with a ruling. All right. So first and foremost, we gotta say that this is by no means poking any fun at the ATF or saying necessarily anything negative about them, but I'm just making some points that to get you people thinking a little bit. The ATF is a government body that they actually they make rulings, not necessarily laws, but they can put forth ruling, and those ruling can be, I guess, overseen by Congress and make into law. So Congress has the power to make these laws and not the ATF, but ATF can make these rules. And as we can see, they can make these rules and enforce them, as with when this pistol brace came out. Now, let me give you a little bit of backstory. Quite a few years ago, probably maybe over 5 or 6 years, not quite sure. How do you guys know about pistol braces by now? When these pistol braces came out, they were intended for people who had very little arm strength, possibly veterans, people who were of a weaker stature and they wanted to shoot these firearms, but they couldn't necessarily hold it up properly. So a lot of manufacturers went out and created the pistol brace. And the brace, what this was intended to do was for the user to place their arms through this part, grip it, tie the strap around their arm, and aid them in firing the weapon. And that was its intentional use. Now, what happened was when it came out, a lot of people, since it actually looked somewhat like a stock, a lot of people was mounting the top part of it against their cheek and treating it, and then treating the weapon as a short barrel rifle. As you guys know by now, to have a short barrel rifle, anything shorter than 16 inches, you have to get a tax stamp, and that tax stamp would allow you to place a stock on your firearm, and then you could only actually have it within that state. And if you needed to cross state lines, you'd have to get special permission from the ATF. Now, initially, when people started to shoulder this and put it against their cheek and shouldered it, meaning the back of the stock or the back of the brace would actually touch their shoulders and their cheeks would touch the top of the brace. That was a problem. The ATF came out and said, hey, listen, you cannot shoulder it. You can put it against your cheek, but you cannot shoulder it. All right. A lot of people said, all right, that's not too bad. We'll do that. So they shoulder it, and the community made a shout, and they say, hey, listen, what's the difference? I can put it on my cheek, somewhat stabilize the weapon, but yet still I can't shoulder it. What's the difference? I can stabilize it. It made no sense. The ATF, sent out a letter afterwards saying that, okay, you know what? That makes sense, which it did make sense. So they allowed us to act. They literally sent out a letter. I think I have this letter somewhere. If I had to find it, trust me, I'll find it. It's here somewhere in my house. So they sent out a letter saying that it is not illegal to actually shoulder the brace and then stabilize the pistol to actually shoot more accurately and for plinking. Most of the people that end up getting these braces, people like my law-abiding citizens like myself, we didn't get this to commit any crime. We didn't get this to do anything illegal. We get it just to go to the range, have fun, so it looks more aesthetically pleasing, to handle a little bit better at the range, and just for fun, home defense, so forth, so forth, so forth. We didn't get it to break any laws, as with most law-abiding citizens. So since its inception, almost 4 million of these have been sold. And as you guys can tell by the tonload of videos that have been pouring out, now the ATF is now saying that within 90 days, if you have one of these on your farm, just to give you a gist of it, there was a 260-page ruling that came out from the ATF last Friday, I think, and it had the gun community in an uproar. And now that pretty much in gist what it says is, pretty much you can no longer have this on your firearm. And if you do, you're going to get a certain amount of time to register this as a short barrel rifle, since it has this pistol brace on it. And if it does, and if you choose not to do so, then you might have to remove this brace and any component within this thing, like a buffer tube or something like that, or you have to destroy the weapon, or you have to turn the weapon into the ATF. Some ridiculous, absurd, notion as such. That has the community in a frenzy. Sorry about that. And simply put it, it's just unconstitutional. First of all, the ATF can make a ruling, but it can't make laws. It has to pass through Congress. And what I want to say is, what it sounds like the ATF is flip-flopping. First of all, they say it's illegal to put it against your shoulder. Then they said, you know what, that's kind of asinine. It's okay. You can do that. And millions of people bought firearms like this and placed the brace on this. There's millions of people that actually work in factories that make this. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people working plants that make these in the United States that create jobs. There's companies that made firearms pretty much to wear one of these braces. Not that they have to wear it, but they make it so they could wear these braces. And a lot of people have jobs because of this brace. Not only that, the people that bought a lot of these braces to put on these firearms, if say for instance you live on a farm somewhere and you want to have a truck gun, something to put in the back of your truck, you don't want to carry around a 16-inch or 18-inch or a 20-inch AR-15 or a rifle or something of that sort, some M1 Garand or some, Type 54 or whatever the hell it is, right? And you want something short and compact to keep in your truck, so you can scare off coyotes, scare off wild hogs, defend your farm, whatever. Now what the ATF did, they just turned these people into felons. Not only that, they're saying that if you don't comply with the ruling that they just made within I think is 120 days or 3 months, you can be in violation and you can possibly serve time if they catch you with one of these things on your firearm. Now, that is just asinine. Can you imagine if they make that law and then they say, okay, we know you have one of these, you haven't turned it in, you haven't take off the brace, you haven't sent us any information. Now, guess what? You're a felon. 10 years or $10,000 fine. How many people will be out of a job? How many children will be without a father? How many children will be an uncle, the sole provider of their family? Can you imagine the reparation, the results of what this can happen to a family? If I'm the sole breadwinner in my house and I bought one of these, and say for instance, somehow I'm working a ton load of hours, I'm on the road, I'm hardly ever at home, I don't watch TV because when I come home I'm super tired. I didn't even see this for months because I don't even watch TV. Just say that, okay? And I have one of these at my house. They send me a letter. I don't even remember getting that because when I get letter, it's in bulk. Half the time I throw it on my table. I don't look at it because everything is on auto pay. So I really don't check my mail like that. And then before you know it, I'm at home sleeping with my family one day. My door get kicked down, and guess what? The ATF is at the door. They come into my house. They find one of these. They say, hey, you're in violation. You're going to be arrested. Now, I'm in jail for months. I'm tied up with lawyers. And guess what? Now it's a problem. And if they do that throughout the country, thousands and hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people can be affected. Like I said before, people are going to lose their livelihood, their jobs, the gun manufacturers, the people that make accessories, people that sell a lot of these in their stores. If they don't comply with the ATF within a certain amount of time, they can be felon. Those shops can be closed down. People can lose their jobs. It just seems like, listen, you made this ruling before. You went against the ruling. You say we can't do it. Then you said we can do it. You give us an official letter and say we can have these firearms. We can have these pistol brace to stabilize our firearms for people to shoot better. And before I move on, also, what happened to those people that it was intended for? The people who can't shoot as well without, having a brace like this, then now you take that away from them. Now they can't go to the range. And if that's what they have in their house to defend themselves, now they can't even use it to pretty much defend themselves. And guess what, ATF, the bad guys, guess what the bad guys are going to do? As you guys can see, look at with the bump switch that they put on Glocks. Listen, law-abiding citizens that purchase these things, we do not have, not bump stock, I'm sorry, the Glock switch. You know, law-abiding citizens, we do not have Glock switch in our homes. We do not want anything illegal in our homes. Every firearm we purchase, we go through the ATF, we send it to an FFL, we make sure you guys have a record of what we have, and we stay in compliance with the law. Now, the bad guys, they do not care. They're going to do whatever it takes. They're going to get Glock switches. They're going to get bump stocks. They're going to get, they're going to get pistol braces, and they're going to use it however they feel fit, to use it. Now, when we come up on the bad guy, now we're at a disadvantage, because the bad guy come to my house and he has a bump switch on something, or he sears down, or file down the sear on some firearm, and he's not in compliance, and he has it hidden where he has it hidden, and he comes to my house and he tries to take me on, and now I'm here with my little, semi-automatic gun, and I'm trying to defend my household and my family. Guess what? I'm at a disadvantage. These laws aren't made to protect the innocent, protect the law-abiding citizens. They're made to protect criminals. Now, the criminals are going to be at an advantage, because guess what? They don't care about any ATF ruling. They don't care about any congressional laws. They're going to go out, the ones that they have, they're going to keep them on their firearms, and they're going to go out and break the law 24/7. While the law-abiding citizens, we are going to be the one held, in contempt if we do not take this off. Now, I want to make this video kind of short. I just gave you a backstory. I told you what it is, and I'm going to keep it really short and simple so you guys can move on with your day. Now, for me personally, I'm not going to be just making a bunch of videos, shouldering this thing and taunting the ATF. This video is just made to, if the ATF is watching, listen, this is what it is. You gave us the ruling. For years, we've been using this, all right? The real gun community, we do not violate. We're not committing heinous crimes with this thing. This is just for plinking. This is for fun. We take our kids out, our family out. They shoot it. They can hold it. Even if you take a young one to the range, and they can, this is a Chris Vector, and anybody who's held one, know it's a pretty hefty little pistol, all right? This is actually a pistol, all right? It doesn't come with this, but then you had on the stabilizing brace. And that's what it does. You take your child out and you want to teach them how to use it. This kind of the pistol brace helps them to secure it and shoot better and have fun, just to go to the range and plink. Same thing with a young woman. Same thing with your daughter, your son. You're teaching them. It makes it a lot easier for them to actually hold a firearm and shoot and have fun, and in a clean, law-abiding way. Now you take this away from us. This is no fun to shoot for a child. Even if they want to see it. This is almost in every video game, every Call of Duty, and I want to take my child out for them to shoot. They can almost never hold it. I'm 205 pounds. This is nothing for me. I can lift this up all day long, put it on my shoulder and just go to the range and plink, which is all I do with this, and then use it as self-defense in my house, right? Now, my son or my daughter cannot enjoy this as much as I can, simply because you're going to take away the stock. For what? It's been we've been using this for over 10 years now, and guess what? We haven't been breaking any laws. We haven't been doing anything ridiculous. We haven't been robbing any banks. We haven't been breaking any laws. We haven't been doing any of that. Why should we have to, why all of a sudden now, right? You guys are going to put this in effect, and then guess what? Now we're breaking the law. And the way how I see it, the current administration, they do this kind of stuff. Obviously it's a Democratic Party that's pushing this right now. You know what I mean? So for Republicans, most of the Republicans, of course, we're pro-guns. It's what it is. You know what I mean? Now you're just going to make it even easier for us to vote, Republican, and get all our friends to vote Republicans. And pretty much, guys, this is what I'm saying. Don't break the law. If they say it's illegal, remove them. They're going to give you, I think, an X amount of time to register as an SBR. If that's the route you want to go ahead and do that. But whatever the legal route is, I will be doing it. If they say I have to take off the brace and just have this as a pistol, that's exactly what I'm doing. Destroying my gun, not going to happen. I spent money for this, so I'm not going to destroy something that I spent my hard-earned cash to have. So all I will do is be in compliance, and as for you, if they give you the opportunity to do so, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but as I watch the climate and see what they're going to do, I'll make a decision. But whatever it is, I'm going to still stay a law-abiding citizen, and I suggest that you guys do the same also. Do not break the laws. We're not here for that. We're not trying to, create such a frenzy that we break the law and spread the word that breaking the law is the way to go. We're going to take the high road into this. We're going to do what they tell us to do, and we're going to stay in compliance. And guys, listen, for members of the ATF, the Second Amendment was to protect from a tyrannical government. Yes, you might work at the ATF and make these laws, but if something should happen, you guys have families, you guys have friends, you guys have loved ones, and we will also defend against the government if they should be oppressed. We do it for everybody. Okay, we're not trying to break the law. We're not trying to do anything crazy. We're just trying to follow the laws, and we're trying to, just enjoy our firearms. It's been a pastime of the United States for hundreds of years, maybe not hundreds of years, but quite a while now. I want to keep it as that. And guys, again, I am not telling anybody out there to break any laws. I'm telling you guys, follow the rule as it stands right now and stay in compliance. And what you should definitely do is call your local congressman or congresswoman. Let them know how you feel. Let them know this is unconstitutional and that this is why we vote for them to represent us, and they should just go ahead and press and press and press so we can enjoy our Second Amendment rights. And that is pretty much all I have for the video, guys. Listen, about 95% of you guys that have watched these videos have not subscribed. Now, if you guys like my content and you guys want to support the channel, you guys can hit the super like. You guys can hit the like button, put me in that rotation, share the video, and subscribe. My goal this year is to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I hopefully you guys will watch this and help me get to that goal. And again, guys, do not break the rules. Follow the rules. For now, whatever they say, I know there's going to be a lot of people I'm pretty sure are behind the scenes right now, lawyers or up in arms right now, and they're trying to defend our rights. Let them do their job and do what you can. Call your local representative, your local congressman, congresswoman, and press them, all right, to fight for our 2A rights. We want to leave these firearms, and we want to leave the plinking fund to future generations to come, and give them the right, just in case they're being oppressed by future government. They have the right to still bear arms, all right? And ATF, come on, man. We're not hurting anybody. All right, we're just having fun at the range. We're defending our households. Stop giving us a hard time, And guys, thanks for watching. Mr. Black Mamba 305 signing out.